My friends, it's hard to believe that it's been 3 years since I've reviewed this product. What I have here is the Helikon-Tex Numbat. This is obviously a chest rig, and it's a good one. In fact, it's one of the best out on the market today. Over the years, I've tested out many. Hill People gear, ribs packs, and so on. While there are other good chest rigs out on the market, this one does just about everything right, and it does so for a very fair price. And with that being said, everyone, I'm giving you all an updated review on the Helikon-Tex Numbat. That's what this episode is all about. Before I take this off and show off all of the features that this offers, let's talk about the way that this wears. You can see that the main body of the pack sits on the center of your chest. Now you can have this higher up or lower down. For myself, I prefer to have it sort of like mid-chest, right about here. That way, there's enough space up top that I can unzip my jacket, I can let out some heat if I'm going uphill or something. I want to be able to access the zippers here on my jacket and also this front pocket if I want to. Most jackets have a front chest pocket. Going to the back, you can see that there's this mesh panel, and in each of the corners you have straps that carry around to the front and also to the sides. Each one of these straps has a buckle, meaning that you could disconnect this and reconnect this any way that you want to. With each of these straps, they are adjustable, and they also have strap keepers with each. Taking off the chest rig and putting it on is a fairly easy process. What I like to do is to start on my dominant side, disconnect the lower buckle, pull it over my head, pull out my arm, and I'm good to go. Putting it on is just as easy. You take your non-dominant hand, stick it through, put your head through, just like that. You take your strap, throw it behind you. Reach behind, grab it, and connect it just like that. When you're looking at the front of this chest rig, there's a few things that may not be noticeable. For an example, there are 2 pockets here, and they are behind this fabric lip. This is a stretchy sort of pocket, and it fills up this zone here. The same goes for this side. It's a stretchy material and fills up a fairly good amount of space here. The only thing is, with these pockets, these are hard to access. You can see that that hole's not very big. It doesn't stretch that much. What works best inside of these pockets are very thin items. Maybe a few hand warmers, maybe a disposable poncho, something like that. You could also put a very thin first aid kit in either one of these pockets. The next thing that you may notice is the laser cut molly. You have a strip right here, and you have a strip along the bottom. On the bottom of the pack, you have some shock cord, and you can use this to cinch up a poncho underneath this if you want. Maybe a very thin tarp. When you go to the back of the chest rig, you can see up close the buckles in each of the corners, the straps. Behind all of that, you have 3D mesh. This is to help with ventilation. Additionally, you have loops in each of the corners as well. Going back to the front of this pack here, let's go ahead and open up the main body. So you have these YKK zippers. You have 2 of them, 2-way. I should mention this, the zipper pulls for this are very, very good. I'm not 100% sure what this cordage is. It's thin, extremely rigid, and it also has this piece of plastic on the backside. Together, all of this makes for an excellent zipper pull. It's something that's not only easy to grab, but these knots are not going to come undone anytime soon. Those are impressive. The zipper is very smooth. Speaking of the zipper, it is a YKK, but it is not a weather-resistant zipper. Water will go through this zipper, so keep that in mind. With the pouch open, check this out. You can see that you have this cord here. Basically, that prevents this lid from opening 100%. With that cordage, it opens roughly 90 degrees and creates a shelf. That way, when this is on your chest, you can open this up. You have the shelf here, you can hold items on top, and you can do what you need to do. It's a pretty cool, pretty smart feature that I haven't seen other companies copy. It's smart. On the back side of the pack here, you have hook and loop. You have this tab here, which you can use to hold down specific items. You have loops in the bottom, and I'll talk about those in just a second. Along with those loops, you have this hardware. Again, we'll talk about that in just a second. On the other side of this pouch, you have an organizer. There's a zippered pocket, you have numerous sleeves, and you can put basically whatever you want inside of those. Now let's talk about this hardware and these loops down at the bottom. This is for an integrated map pouch, which I have removed. The pouch itself is very small, it's really not that useful, and in my opinion, gets in the way, that's why I took it out. As you can imagine, after owning this for 3 years and wearing this for hundreds of miles, I have quite a bit of footage of me wearing this, and I'll begin showing you all some of that footage now as I go over the stats. So first things first, let's talk about the price. The retail price of this is $65, which is about $10 more expensive than it was 3 years ago. On Amazon, you could find these for about $77, but be careful. Some sellers are trying to sell these for like $120. Don't get ripped off. $65 to $77, that makes sense, depending on the seller, depending on how fast you'll get it, but I certainly wouldn't pay more than that. The weight of the Numbat, 17.2 ounces. The dimensions, it's 11 inches by 7.6 inches, and it has a depth of 2.5 inches. It is available in 9 colors, and this is the shadow gray version. There's green variations, there's a red one, there's camo versions, black, and so on. This pack is made from a 500 denier Cordura. It features YKK zippers. There's some shock cord and some elastane material for those 2 front stretchy pockets. As far as the hardware goes with the buckles, these are from WJ. This is not a company that I'm familiar with. But I can tell you this, the quality of these buckles is very good. With all of that out of the way, let's begin with my review, starting with the pros. These are the reasons why I like this product so much. These are the reasons why I can recommend this product so easily. Speaking of which, this happens to be one of the best products, outdoor products, that I have ever used, especially when you consider the price of this. The price is good, really good, and that's pro number 1. For $65, $70, something like that, you are getting an excellent product. It is something that you can use for just about any sort of purpose. You can hike, you can backpack, you can kayak, you could wear this going to town, you could use this for just about any sort of purpose. And I can tell you all that the quality of this is excellent. Top-notch materials, excellent construction. It's put up with 3 years of use, and while it's stained and it's a little bit dirty here and there, it still looks great. I have absolutely no concerns about this product. This is something that's going to last a very long time, and it's going to put up with a ton of use. Think about how many times you've seen me wear this on the channel if you've been around here for a while. I wear this in just about every single adventure. I've taken it across the country. And think about this, how many times have you seen this soaking wet? Oftentimes I wear this in rainy adventures, and it continues to hold up just fine. Again, it's taken every bit of the abuse that I could throw at it. Snow, ice, rain, so on and so forth. It's never had a problem. The zipper pulls are excellent, as I mentioned before. It's easy to open. Also, it's easy to close. Next up, everyone, there's plenty of ways that you can adapt this for your own carry. And also, whatever it is that you're going out to do. You have pockets on the front, you have an organizer inside, you have hook and loop, you can carry EDC items, you can carry a firearm if you want to, there's ways to attach your holster if you want to. I mean, this thing is adaptable. There's basically nothing that you cannot do with it. You do have to keep in mind that this is, I would say, medium sized. This is not super large. There certainly are larger chest rigs out there, but the question is this, do they really make sense? For just about every adventure I've ever been on, this is the perfect size. I've personally used larger chest rigs, and I felt like that space went unused. More than anything, I was just carrying that material and not utilizing it. This right here, this makes a lot of sense size-wise. And I should mention this, everyone, what I carry inside of this changes from day to day. It really does depend on what I'm going out for, the type of trip that I'm going out for. Sometimes I may have my handgun. I may have like a bag of water. Most of the time I have camera batteries so I can bring you all along with me. Flashlight, map, compass. I put my phone in here, my wallet in here. Without a doubt, this can hold a lot. And there's plenty of ways that you can organize your gear inside of it. Next up, everyone, I like the way that you can adjust this. You can wear it higher up if you want to, or you can wear it lower down. I can wear my backpack over the top of this and not even notice that it's there. The straps, they're very thin. The back is very thin. It doesn't interfere with the backpack and doesn't make wearing a backpack uncomfortable or anything like that. Speaking of which, everyone, I've worn this with literally dozens of backpacks and I've never had an issue with any of them. In the end, everyone, this thing is insanely comfortable, and it's just as comfortable, if not more comfortable, than chest rigs that cost twice the money or more. I've already spoken about it being easy to put on, to take off, and I should talk about this, weather resistance. This chest rig is not waterproof by any means, but it does an excellent job out in the rain. You can treat this with a DWR, and it repels water very, very well. Overall, it takes quite a downpour for this to fill up with water. Will it fill up with water? Yes, it will, but it takes quite a while. That's one reason why I keep Ziploc bags inside of this. That way, if I'm out, rain's coming in, I can put my phone in it if I need to. I can put my wallet in a Ziploc bag, my keys, whatever I need to keep dry, I can take care of. By the way, everyone, I should show you all this. You can see how this opens up. It's about 90 degrees, almost. It creates that shelf. Next everyone, as far as concealed carry goes, this makes a very good option for that purpose. You can carry a full-size handgun inside of this, for an example, a 1911. The question is, would you want to? The problem with full-size handguns is that they take up a majority of the space. Compact handguns work very well inside of this, and that's personally what I carry. With a compact firearm, it leaves enough space for additional gear. Next everyone, because this pouch is so thin, you can wear this underneath a jacket. That is something that you can completely do. With that being said, for myself, I prefer to have this over my jacket. That way it's easy to access and also quick to access. Next everyone, the shock cord on the bottom is usable. You can use that to attach a poncho. You can attach basically whatever you want to the bottom of this. You do have the MOLLE on the front and the bottom of this pack, but personally, I wouldn't use it, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Next everyone, I really do like the fact that this features a middle of the road design. Let me phrase it this way. You could wear this to town and it doesn't look overly militant, and I think that's important. And lastly everyone, the price on this is very good, and I'll talk more about that in the summary. Now let's move over to the cons. Con number one, and this is my only real con concerning this: sweat, heat buildup. The overall performance of this is okay. If you're going to wear this in the summertime, you will sweat. If you're going to wear this and you're going to be exerting yourself, you will sweat. Even though you have the 3D mesh, which does help with sweat on the backside, very little ventilation is present. If you push yourself hard enough, if it's hot enough, you will sweat, your shirt will get wet, and so will this pouch. Luckily, the shoulder straps, they're very thin. And also the back, you have all of that mesh. So you're not going to sweat in those areas. You're going to sweat right here. And it's funny, you can actually take off your backpack, you can take this off, and you'll have this wet square on your chest. So that's my only real con for this pouch. But the thing is this: there's really no way around it. With any sort of pouch that's laying close to your body, you're going to sweat. And it doesn't matter the design. It could be something like this, it could be a ribs pack, you're going to sweat. Next everyone, the cons that I'm going to share are minor. The first one being the map pouch. Personally, I don't find it to be very useful. It's very, very small. I would prefer if the company removed that feature, lowered the price by a few dollars, and offered it as an add-on. You can buy it if you want it. That makes more sense to me. The next con is the laser cut MOLLE. I mentioned before that I personally would not use this to attach to, and this is why. When it comes to laser cut MOLLE, it looks cool, it looks modern, but it's not rigid, not at all. So when you go to attach to this, it just pulls that material. Your pouch is going to sag, and I personally do not like that. Not only does it look bad, but it's going to create additional stresses on the harness system, depending on how much weight you have inside of that pouch. Ultimately, this webbing is just about useless. I apologize about the wind noise, if there is any. Hopefully the dead cat's doing its job. But the next con that I have for this is that this is not a good pouch, not a good chest rig for running. Overall, this is not super secure. So if you run, this is going to bounce. And while it doesn't look that bad now, when you have weight inside of this, it's definitely something that flops around. If you're looking for something for running purposes, there are better chest rigs out on the market than this. The last con that I have for this pouch deals with the straps themselves. You might be able to see this, but I have this absolutely maxed out. I have enough space in here for a slightly larger insulation layer, but that's about it. This was designed to basically go over a very thin layer, such as a fleece jacket like this. It was not designed to go over a jacket, a thick jacket. In my opinion, that's a shame, because the short straps do limit its use. One of my larger buddies wears a triple XL, and he can wear this, but he's absolutely pushing it to the max. If you're larger than him, maybe a 4XL, this is simply not going to work for you. So right there you have it everyone. After 3 years of use, those are my pros and cons. I wanted to update my review on this product because I like it so much. All the time I'm receiving questions about this, especially from new viewers to the channel. Overall, this is an excellent product that you can use for just about anything. Day hikes, overnight trips, bushcraft, you can wear this to town, you can use it for fishing. There's basically nothing that you cannot do with this kit. The size is good, the price is excellent. In fact, talking about the price here, when you compare this to other options that are out on the market, this is a steal. This is a great deal. I like Hill People gear for an example, but their chest rigs are very expensive, especially when you think about just how good this product is. I have to say, I like this better than my Hill People gear chest rig, and that chest rig costs quite a bit more than this one here. For $65, $70, whatever, This is an excellent, excellent deal. In the end, everyone, I can easily recommend this product. It is fantastic. There are a ton of chest rigs out on the market, but with this solution here, you get quite a bit for the money. It doesn't skimp on features, the materials are top-notch, and in the end, the price is reasonable. Make sure to sound off in the comment section down below. What do you all think about the Numbat? You all, again, have seen me wear this thing for years and years, for hundreds and hundreds of miles of hiking. Oh yeah, this is an excellent product. Before you go, hit the thumbs up. It does help the channel a great deal if you want to support a channel that's agenda-free. I'm not here to sell products. I'm here to share information, and that's it. You could do so. Patreon, YouTube, you could join the Wolf Pack. Everyone, be well, take care, strength and honor.